Hello, everyone, and welcome to this conversation presented by White House Custom Color.
It's hard to get stuff done when there's no one to do it for you.
Biggest value, the biggest marketing opportunity I think any photographer has is their existing client base.
Photos help us remember to remember.
Let's just get started. Tell me who you are, dude.
Okay, my name is Jonathan Canlas. I am a photographer based in Payson, Utah. I've been doing this since 1999. I cut my teeth shooting weddings. My first wedding was the summer of 1999. I've transitioned out of them. I still shoot them, but definitely not at the rate that I used to. I think at my busiest time, I shot 74 weddings in 1 year without an assistant. Yeah, and that doesn't even include like any engagements, bridals, family portraits, ballerina photo, anything that they were throwing at me because I was like, just take everything on, you know?
Yeah, right.
Mostly now I do family photos. I'm a family photographer. I also have my fingers on a handful of other entrepreneurial things.
Yeah.
I own the Find Lab, which is Film is Not Dead Lab. I started a workshop that when we opened the lab, it was just for attendees, but obviously it's now public. We develop and scan film for people. We also edit, do a handful of stuff with that. I'm 1/3 of the Hybrid Collective, which is a big convention for obviously like film shooters, digital shooters, and hybrid shooters. And I'm also vice president of Instaproofs. So there's that.
Well, let's talk about Instaproofs since you ended with that so nicely. For a good segue into Instaproofs. Tell me about Instaproofs.
So I have been with Instaproofs as a user. I currently still am a user. I think I was the third person that signed up back in February of 2005. So back then, you know, your choices were pretty slim pickings. It was Pictage or and these guys just kind of came on the scene. They were local. The owner, Adam, reached out to me, sent me an email personally. Is like, hey, I don't know if you're looking for an online solution for like proofing and like a marketing system where you could sell prints, but try us out. And I did. I had like at the time had read an article in PDN that like featured this photographer that had signed up with Pictage and made $10,000 in his first year, which I was like, whoa, I was shooting a lot of events where I didn't have the luxury to do in-person sales.
Right.
And I wanted some kind of vehicle where they could just easily go online. If they wanted to order prints, they could, you know, whatever.
Sure.
And so I signed up. The first month I made $0. Second month I sold a whopping $84, which was great. Third month it dropped to $0 again. Then the fourth month it broke over $2,000. I was like, whoa.
Just out of the blue? Like, so you kind of just went, poosh.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of it had to do with like educating my client that Instaproofs was pretty much a integral part of you booking me. Like, this is where all of your images will be hosted. This is how you view your wedding. This is how you're going to view your family session. Here's how you order prints. Here's how you order files, you name it. So it was just kind of making that transition from, hey, I'm going to mail you things, and then we can go from there. I mean, it was so convoluted back then. We were talking like twin checks. They had to mail me like an order form with numbers on it. It was just bad. So,
but honestly, let me ask you this, because I'm thinking about going from 0, 84, 0, which, you know, at the end of the third month, you have to be thinking, but then it took off. And what I'm hearing you say is that you're saying you took more action and used, like, the reason it went from 0 to 2,000 is because you chose to get proactive and educate your client. Is that right?
That is definitely true. That was a big part of it, but a lot of it also had to do with the marketing capabilities that Instaproofs had at the time.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm telling you, I jumped from 0 to 2,000. The next month was like $3,000. And then by September, I had sold in 1 month, $6,000 worth of prints. And I started scratching my head thinking, man, whoever they interviewed in this magazine, who's some quote unquote well-known photographer, is a clown, man. Like, I'm John McNobody, you know, like, and I'm making this kind of money. Like, either like there's something really special about my clients, which wasn't the case. I mean, this is 2005, man. I mean, I've made a name for myself in the industry. People know who Jonathan Canlas is. Back then I was John McNobody.
Right.
You know, like
Right.
no one knew who I was. There wasn't anything. I wasn't charging. I was screwing around. Like I think I was selling 4x6s for like $10 at the time.
But you
So I
were
was selling
doing
a
something
massive
right, though.
improvements.
You were doing something right.
Yeah, most definitely. And a lot of it had to do with their marketing capabilities in terms of like at the beginning. So I would, for the first 10 days, I have 30% off prints.
Right.
Okay. And they also have this other really great feature where like, if you can kind of set it where if you reach benchmarks, Instaproofs will automatically email you this quote unquote bounce back coupon. So say you spend $1,500, I'm going to now issue you a coupon good for both prints and products because my products aren't on sale at the beginning, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like albums are full price no matter what.
But the prints are though.
Prints are on sale, yes.
As kind of a call to action within that first 10 days, kind of get them going.
Call to action, it's a sense of urgency. There's the whole sense like creating FOMO. Like you have X amount of time to buy for this, in my opinion, like an incentive amount, you know, because you can have a sale. Hey, everything's 10% off. No one cares.
Right.
No, that's not enough incentive for you or I as a customer to spend money at what we would feel is our favorite high-end retail online experience, which is
but 30 is significant.
Yeah, 30 in my opinion, like, okay, cool. This is great. Like I'm going to go do this. You know, I'm going to purchase something during this time because there's an incentive. There's a call to action. There is a reason to do it because after this date expires, it goes to this fuller price, which is 30% more.
Right.
So again, I've been with them since February of 2005. I think at my biggest point, I sold over 6 figures worth of prints in 1 year.
Man.
Yeah. It's awesome. And this has led to me becoming a part of them. So about 1.5 years, the opportunity came up to become a part of their company and I jumped on it because even to this day as quote unquote vice president of the company, it is still an integral part of my Jonathan Canlas photography business.
Of your business. True. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
100%. Like I still rely on print sales. I still rely on invoicing through Instaproofs. There's all kinds of, it's more, the one thing I love about Instaproofs from the get-go, it's been more than just a proofing site. It's not just a place where people show up, have your images online for indefinite amount of time and download them as they please. This is an actual retail experience.
Right. And how customizable is everything? Like what can I do to make it my own?
You can pretty much do anything. You can like now when I say you, I'm talking as someone who knows how to use CSS.
Sure.
Obviously you have to hire a designer or whatever, but like you can do what, like you can customize the CSS to whatever you want.
So you can pretty much do anything.
The point of, in my opinion, of Instaproofs is not to be something that is added to your brand. It is something that's supposed to be integral to your brand, something that is an extension of your brand, nothing that confuses your client.
So you're using Instaproofs as kind of a core piece of who you are and what your business is. Is that fair to say?
That is very fair to say.
So what's the customer service like, if you could tell me from an unbiased position?
Yeah, I'll give you from an unbiased position. I mean, there's a reason why I've been with them for so long.
Right.
Like at the beginning, I would find certain things. It's like, you know, it'd be really, like, for example, I don't know if this is the exact country, but I'm just going to give it as an example. I had like a client from an obscure country that wasn't the United States, or I don't know, I'm just going to say it was Hungary, and they couldn't accept payments. So like at any point along my usage of Instaproofs, I'd like email them like, hey, you know what? I've got a client that wants to order from this place. Is this something you could do? And then like within 48 hours, not only did they like respond to me, they made it happen universally for any user. So I feel like one of the biggest things about Instaproofs is that they're constantly evolving. And they're evolving because they're listening to their customer base. Like if a customer says, hey, you know, it'd be really great to do A, B, and C. And you get enough people, you know, they listen and they adapt, which is great.
Well, because it makes sense. That's a win-win for everybody, right?
Yeah,
to be able to
the oil, you know, like
right.
And if it makes sense, like it's just really great to know that you have a company that is willing to adapt versus like, here, we've created this.
Yeah.
Now that's it. You go from there. We don't have time to do all this other. We're trying to just get more users and more users, you know?
Well, it's always a bad sign when you look and you see a company and their last update was, 7 years ago. Ooh, things are different now.
Yeah.
I was wondering,
cool. They're rolling out stuff like weekly. There's just things, I think there's a handful of things that stand out that are different about Instaproofs and other proofing site options, because
what comes to mind?
I think just that title of a proofing site, like,
yeah,
it's more than that. It is a marketing tool that allows your business to have more longevity than it would on its own.
Yeah.
For example, like they have an invoicing option. So like, say for example, a client emails me and says, hey, we'd love to have you possibly shoot our family session. Can you send me the information or whatever? So I'll obviously, hey, thanks so much. I throw out a date, send them a link to my pricing. And then also what I'll do is I'll go in through Instaproofs, create their event, and then create an invoice that is associated with said event. So when my first contact back with the client includes a link for a way for you to actually literally book me right then and there, versus the back and forth. Okay, let's get your credit card information or whatever. It's really nice, and it really helps with like centralizing like all of my accounting for that business, because any money that I do receive via like Jonathan Canlas of Instaproofs is invoiced through Instaproofs. They don't take a percentage or anything. It's just obviously the Stripe, which is like what, 2.99%.
Standard.
Yeah, exactly. Standard.
So it sounds to me like the whole system is set up in a way where initially you're going to have like a setup hump, essentially an integration hump, like where you essentially have to create everything, get everything going. But once you have this system in place, is it kind of a set it and forget it, kind of just tweak the cogs, grease the wheels here and there and just keep it going sort of thing?
Yeah. So, I mean, I initially talked about how like, all of my events, no matter what, for the first 10 days has 30% off, right? So that's something I have to set up on my end. I also have to set up like the emails that automatically will go out, which is great because they have automated emails that can go out, and I can regulate what goes out, when it goes out. So in my opinion, like you need to sit down for about an hour and a half, depending on how ADD you are or not. But basically going through the year and saying, because, I'll have my initial 30% off sale, but there also needs to be like mandatory sales, Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, Christmas, Black Friday. And then above and beyond that, like I don't want to bombard them with sales like every week. I think that's kind of ludicrous. And like they just start hitting the unsubscribe button. Yeah. But I do want to give my clients the opportunity during the time that their event is online. And I choose to have my events online for either 9 months or up to a year. Okay. And the thinking behind that is you don't know where your clients are financially at any point. Like when they book you, they might have these grandeur ideas of like, I'm going to get an album, I'm going to get this, I want this and this and this. The event happens, car breaks down, kids start a fire in the front room, you name it. There's something that happens that there's a disruption in the cash flow. So I want to give you an opportunity throughout the time that my event is online for you to get what it is that you originally wanted, even if that means I have to sell it at a discounted price. But I think one of the things that I've learned that really works for me in terms of my marketing, have you ever shopped at West Elm before?
Many times. Yes. My wife is a big fan.
Yes. So off the top of your head, give me some words that describe West
Elm. Modern, chic, bright, airy, really appeals to my wife. I would say this. What I like about West Elm is that you can get some reasonably priced things there and get something that's really, I think, trendy and chic and really cool for not a ridiculous price. And especially if you wait for sales that they have, you can get mind-blowing things. Right.
You just hit on what I said. So I agree with everything you say. I think one word that is missing from there is that if you've never shopped at West Elm ever, and you're going there during a time that is not a sale, things are expensive. Like
Mhm.
like a console would cost you like $2,500.
Yeah.
Unless, and like you just walked in and you bought it, cool. But now that you've bought it, you're now on their email list. And you will
Yep.
find out that weekly they are always having sales.
On
So in
different
my
things. Yeah.
opinion, their business model is they've priced their products to never sell at full price. Ever.
Yeah. For the most part, sure. Yeah.
Like because they know they're going to have a sale, and
Yeah.
I'm going to wait for those big massive sales so that I can take
Mhm.
advantage of it. And that's kind of what I'm doing with even like my products and stuff. Yes, they're priced they're not inflated. Like I want them to sell at this, but I know I'm going to sell more if I sell them at a discounted price.
Right. Kind of
You
a
know?
sweet spot.
Exactly. Right. And plus with that, I kind of explain with like that bounce back. Like if I can get you to order $1,500 worth of prints, I will gladly give you 30% off products because
For
you've already
sure.
made the initial investment.
Right.
You know?
You're already there.
Yeah. There's just a lot of compounding aspects to Instaproofs that make it
Mhm.
more than just a proofing site. It
Right.
literally is allowing me to recreate my experience that I've had with purchasing with West Elm Online.
Right.
I love their product. It's super high end. I think it's incredible. But I
Yep.
know as a consumer that I should wait for the right sale so that I can get
Right.
it so that it will match my economic situation.
Patience.
Exactly, bro.
Patience. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Tell me this. Can you talk a little bit about the integration with White House Custom Color?
yeah, so you can be as hands on or hands off as you want, to be
Mhm.
completely honest. Like I think that's the really great part about Instaproofs. I'm a little bit more hands on because now this may sound nuts. I shoot 100% film. So I'm not stuck to like a 2:3 aspect ratio.
That does sound nuts to me.
It does sound nuts, right? So I'm shooting 6:4:5, I'm shooting
Yeah.
6:6, 6:7.
Yeah.
I shoot 2:3 format. So say if someone orders like a square image of uh, a 6:7 thing, I'm going to go through and crop it. And plus,
Mhm.
I don't know. I just feel it's really hard for me to give up control. So I'll process it and crop it and send it to my lab, and then they can print it.
Right.
Now, if you like don't want everything to do with that, you can like set it on your account where literally you'll get the order in, you'll get the email, you can sit home and smile in your pajamas. I call them pajama profits because literally it's like you said, you set
That's
it and
great.
forget it. You go to
That's
bed,
great.
put your pajamas on, you wake up, you made money.
Yeah.
Cool. Who
Yeah.
doesn't want that, right?
Yeah.
But
It's
again,
ideal.
yeah, it is. It is super ideal. You can be as hands on or hands off as you want. You can have the orders come in. You can customize, like you can process the order. You can add boutique like packaging and things like that, or you can just literally have hands off and you guys take care of it. So
I love it. I love it. Hey, where do people go to find out more information on Instaproofs?
Instaproofs.com.
That's it.
That's pretty much it, man.
Just had to make sure we got the website in there.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me today about this. This is really cool.
Yeah, no problem. And if anyone ever wants to, like, because I don't put any, here's, I guess, one last tidbit. I don't put any passwords on any of my events.
Oh,
So if you want to go see my actual personal, like, Instaproofs, like what I shoot, I have nothing to hide. And there's a reason behind that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the longer you're in my event, the more you're going to be likely to hire me because I have nothing to hide. It's nothing but good images of throat punchers, and it's going to get you to smash that contact button. So my Instaproofs.
Yeah. Oh, yours. Yeah. What's yours?
It's Jonathan. So just my name, JONATHAN.instaproofs.com.
Sweet. And none of them are password protected. You can just go there and check them out right now.
Check out anything and because everything I shoot gets put on there. I use it as a cloud. I mean, I back things up online via Dropbox as well, but it's really easy that I can just put it on here and access it anytime I need.
Right. And let anybody else see it too. I love it.
Exactly.
Hey, thanks again for your time, brother. You have a great day.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Right on. Hey guys, thanks for watching this conversation presented by White House Custom Color on YouTube. Be sure to check out our other content and click that subscribe button right there. Right. Right there. It's there somewhere.